Well, good morning. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day, and we're always happy to have you on with us. And as we will continue our question and answer Friday, we'll try and finish up those questions, and then I got a few studies. We'll see how our time goes. A couple of studies I would like to bring to you. Hi, Mike. Numero uno, Andrea, Niagara Falls, Brahim. How are you? Bill, good morning to you. And Linda from St. Jude, Quebec, good morning. Mary, thank you for coming on, guys. We always appreciate it. Wendy from Markham, how is you? Maria from Ottawa. Rita, good morning. And Anne, Moncton, New Brunswick. Cynthia from Halifax. It's Cindy. Fran, Orangeville. And Mike is number one, but he said he didn't cheat. Donna from Park Hill, good morning. Nick from our staff. And Wendy from London. And Anne, good morning to you. Vince, how is you? From Toronto. Beverly, good morning. And Wendy, these Wendy's are right up there with Sega Beach. Janet, Thunder Bay, Olive, Oregon, good morning. And Francis from Vaughan. Brahim said Mike cheated. Patricia, Calgary. Sandy, Washington State. Deb from Timmins. And Vera from Newfoundland. Donna, good morning. So a couple of Donnas with us. Pat and Lori from Alberta. The West is well represented. And Kim is saying hello from Florida. Good morning, Kim. Diane, Rita, Barry. Sandy from Chilliwack, British Columbia. Hazel, St. John's, Newfoundland. John, our friend from Elgin, Illinois. Mary, PEI, and it's rainy. And Nativity, how are you? Elaine, Newfoundland. Georgette, Miramichi, New Brunswick. Bonnie, Manitoulin. Darlene. And Jeannie, Snowy, Barry, Cecilia. Sudbury, Lost Alder Snow. Gail, Touchwood, Saskatchewan. Donna. Karen from Little Britain. Barbara, good morning. Couple of more guys and we'll get going. Yvette, bonjour from Hearst, Ontario. Norma, Texas. Lynn from Aurora. Gary, how are you? And Marlene from Newfoundland. And Sandra from Brampton. Karen, Peterborough. Linda from Pennsylvania. Donna, good morning. Lorna from Washington, Maryland. Beverly, New Brunswick. Elaine and Joanne. Two more. And Cheryl, good morning. West Virginia. And Mara, good morning. Okay, let's get to a few questions here. And we sure appreciate, we didn't get to all of them on Friday. And why is that? Because I can't stay quiet and I go down these rabbit holes. Okay. I think we left off on Deborah's asking about black toe. Her friend has black toe that is crystallization. Oil of oregano, absolutely. I'd open up a probiotic because black toe sounds like fungus to me. And whenever you have fungus, I'm big on doing a little potion of oil of oregano. You can put it right on it. Open up a probiotic capsule. By the way, that's very good. Even with kids that can't, open up a probiotic capsule and put it in an applesauce or yogurt or whatever for children. But you can make a powder with a little bit of coconut oil or olive oil and just, with a Q-tip and put that right on the toe. And oil of oregano, fantastic, the best. Okay. And Celine, if the detoxing the liver in 6 days when doing the reset, did I do this on the other day? Can't remember. But doing an extended fast, let's say 48 hours when starting the reset, would speed up the process of emptying your liver. Maybe. I got, like I like fasting. I do. I don't think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I really don't. I like it though. I like fasting without fasting. If you eat the right foods, you eat the right nutrients, your body is really, you see, the key at the end of the day is your liver, yes, but what puts fat in the liver is carbohydrates. So when you don't eat those and you eat the right foods, you are in the process of emptying your liver. Yeah, you want to do some intermittent fasting? I got no problem with that. I really like the idea of not eating at night. You want to do a 48-hour fast? I used to tell patients that they just got the diagnosis of cancer to do a 48-hour fast if they could. If they could. Okay, Ron, especially for active people, isn't it true that our body will consume its own muscle to provide itself with glucose and amino acids it needs within or about 24 hours? Consuming its own muscle within 24 hours? I don't think so, because look, it will empty your muscles, for sure. Will it consume muscles? Like actually create muscle wasting? I don't see that, Ron. I mean, maybe you can send me some stuff that support that. But I wouldn't think that not eating for 24 hours would do that to your muscles. That fast. But again, if you have anything, I've never seen that kind of study. Now, let me just say one thing about muscle wasting. That's really a big problem today, because these medications like Ozempic and, they're diabetic medications that sort of Hollywood got a hold of to lose weight. And now everybody and their dog wants to get on these, tricking the body weight loss products that were really meant for diabetes. You know what they're finding out? It ain't good. I always, whenever someone tells you there's magic around, you know what? Be very skeptical. And soon as I saw this, like a designer drug, like Ozempic and others, I can't handle it, because you're trying to trick your body into weight loss. And people, oh yeah, but doc, I lost weight. Yeah, but you lost muscle. That's what will waste your muscle away. They're showing now that medication, yeah, you lose weight all right. You lose muscle, very dangerous. And I said that right from the start. I said, man, you know what? I get it, because people are so desperate to lose weight. But again, my philosophy. I'm on your side, by the way. I'm on people's side. I get it. I understand struggling. I had a weight loss clinic, so I know all about it. But I always said, look, get your body healthy. Get your insulin down. Get your inflammation down. Start with the right process. Because if you start with a healthy diet, when your body starts healing, part of it is going to be weight loss. If you're full of hormones and your hormones are completely out of whack, well, you got to fix that rather than starving yourself to death or taking these medications that, somehow trick your body. That, to me, that I really am upset about that, because I just see people, they're ruining their health for a temporary fix. It's temporary. Because if you don't fix the underlying problem, and it's usually hormonal, well, it's almost always hormonal. And you got to fix the underlying thing. So I used to get people, look, let's fix the underlying problem. If you got too much estrogen will slow your, estrogen is a growth hormone, first of all. It loves to hang on to fat, and it will slow your thyroid to a crawl. Need to fix that. You've got too much cortisol. Need to fix that. Your thyroid is out of whack, high or low. You got to fix that. Because otherwise, everything else is just a Band-Aid. So Ron, listen, if you're listening, send me that research on, like your body is like muscle will start wasting right away. Listen, I haven't seen it. If you've seen it, send it to me. I'm certainly ready to look at it. And maybe you can rephrase your question a little wee bit, Ron, for me, and you can send that to me. I'd like to see that. Susan, I heard on a podcast that apple cider vinegar helps stomach acidity temporarily. Yep, it does. You can take a apple cider vinegar, a little balsamic vinegar. It helps with the acidity. Remember, in your stomach is the place you want to have the most acidity. You don't want acidity anywhere else. You want it in your stomach. The problem is people got that reversed. Their stomachs are not acidic enough. So what happens, their proton pumps within their stomach pour out a lot of acid. The problem is when proton pumps start doing it, they send that acid up the esophagus, and now you have acid reflux. And like I said, the best thing to fix long term, okay, if you have acid reflux, you are a carboholic, almost invariably. You see, your stomach was made to eat meat, and especially red meat. When you don't eat enough red meat and you eat too much sugar and too many carbs, you use your stomach or you lose it. And your body will start producing acidity in the stomach. The problem is, like I said, it goes up the esophagus. That's why you have somewhere 70, 80% of the population have trouble with their stomach. And they don't have enough acidity. So I do like apple cider vinegar. I got no problem with that. I like digestive enzymes better. They really help break down your food. But you need to start eating meat. Your body was designed for it. You're more than a lion. Do you know that you have, or you should have, higher acidity in your stomach than a lion? When people tell you you shouldn't be eating red meat, well, they're wrong. You're right. They're wrong. And that settles it. Now, if they don't agree with you, well, too bad. So sad. It's the truth. Maybe you can't handle the truth. Okay. Alice, about instant coffee, okay? As Fresh Perk Coffee. Our coffee is coming soon. Coming to a theater near you. Okay? It's just about ready. I'm happy about that. Good for you coffee. It's like you're taking, this coffee is so good, it's like you're taking a supplement. I mean it. Every day when you drink coffee, think of a supplement. And this would be the high-end supplement. It really is. It is unreal. Now, let me say something. instant coffee. It's all right. Okay? You remember Martin Clinic? Good, better, best. Okay? Good, instant coffee. Better, organic, or any coffee is good. Coffee's good because it's the real vitamin C. And then the best is organic, okay? Fully organic. I mean, never been sprayed or whatever. Look, I mean, let me bring you something. A study here. I'll just throw it in here. It came out the other day. Plastics linked to Parkinson's. Hello? Okay, Duke University. They're saying plastics are linked to Parkinson's. We see so much more Parkinson's today than we used to. But at the end of the day, you're never going to get Parkinson's, in my opinion, without having leaky gut. And remember that plastic to get up to your brain needs a carrier. And that's yeast, it's fungus. And if you think you're going to get away from now, if you can, avoid the plastic as much as you can, okay? I'm not saying don't do it. All I'm saying to you is good luck if you think you're not being exposed to it today. Plastic is everywhere. We're never going to get rid of it, okay? We're never getting rid of the plastic that's in the environment. The plastic they found in, I always laugh about it because they found it on Mount Everest. And they find it in any baby they test in the placenta. The plastic is in there. You're not getting rid of it. If your address ends with planet Earth, you're going to be exposed to plastic. What do? You see? That's the difference. That's why I am so big on probiotics. I'm very, 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 very big on probiotic. Why? And consistently for over 40 years. Why have I said that all the time? Because broad spectrum probiotics, okay, what's broad spectrum mean? There's over 10 different strains. But there are certain strains of probiotics, they're on your side. Friendly bacteria. They knit your blood-gut barrier. They knit it. Plus, they kill yeast, especially L. reuteri and L. rhamnosus. Those particular strains I've been working with for years and years and years. They help to get rid of plastic in your body. They help to get rid of yeast in your body. I'm big on that. Secondly, what do you do? Empty your liver. Why do I talk about that all the time? Your liver primarily is your major detox. And it will work because your body produces a substance called glutathione. Okay? Glutathione. What is it? It's Velcro. Okay? It's Velcro. Velcro-like in your blood. And when if you've got high levels of glutathione, okay? And you get high levels of glutathione if your liver is empty. You need an empty liver. Why do you think one of the big reasons I started the reset? The reset will empty your liver. That will elevate your glutathione. Velcro. And Velcro plastic sticks to the Velcro, glutathione. Isn't that unreal how your body works? I am very big on emptying the liver for that reason, for other reasons, but that reason too. Because when you empty your liver, you're going to lower your triglycerides and you're going to elevate your HDL cholesterol. All good news. Empty the liver. Empty the liver. And your body will start emptying your liver rapidly if you eat the right foods. Okay? So Alzheimer's, there's a connection with toxins in the world for sure. We live in a different world today. But we ain't turning back, guys. We're just not going to be able to turn back. Like, it's just not going to happen. So the idea with this is you protect yourself. You take responsibility for your own body. If your neighbors and friends and family don't listen to you, well, what can you do? What can you do? Feel sorry for them. But that's something you can do. Plastics linked to Parkinson's. Parkinson's is leaky gut. Fungus, mercury, cadmium, aluminum, lead gets into the brain, but it travels. It needs a carrier agent. Fungus. Okay? Fungus. Okay, thanks for the questions, okay? Sometimes I do a little pontification. It's only because I love you. It's only because I love you. Okay? Alice, thank you. Lori, cyst in the jaw, 20-year-old male, cyst in the jaw. Well, anything with a cyst, okay, needs growth hormones. So I would tell a person right off the top, I don't care what kind of cyst they have, sebaceous cyst or cyst in their mouth or cyst in their jaw or cyst anywhere. Cysts need hormones to grow. 2 growth hormones. One is insulin. So how do you control insulin? Food. Cut out the carbs, cut out the sugars. Make sure, Lori, you tell them that. And secondly, even as a man, lower estrogen, because estrogen makes you a woman, but it makes things grow too. Okay? Estrogen is a growth hormone. Block it. That's why I love flax seeds. While you wait on our dim to come back. Oh, I get a headache thinking about it. But I love flax seeds. You guys know that. What seed do I want you to take? Flax. Why do I tell you to take flax seeds? Because they block estrogen. Why? Because of lignans. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, thank you, Lori. Shannon, what would stop a constant runny nose? Well, you probably have allergies. Start in the gut. Lay off the sugar. Get on probiotics. Okay, I like quercetin. Okay, I really do. I always recommend it for allergies. Probiotics, quercetin with Navitol. That was me. Okay? And Suzanne wants to know. Oh, no. Laura wants to know. Okay. No, Cindy wants to know. Okay. I'll start with you, Suzanne. Why platelets fluctuate? Doctors have no answer. Well, look. Platelets... I mean, why could they fluctuate? I've seen people with low levels of vitamin D have trouble with platelets. I've seen people with low levels of B12 have trouble with platelets, either too high or too low. And, for some people, it may be just the way they're built. There may be some genetics involved. I don't worry about it too much. If there's too many platelets, you want to watch clotting. That's why I like vitamin D with K2. It's anti-clotting in that sense. Okay? So, I don't know. Small red dots appear on the arms. Well, that again is usually, when I see that, usually a sign of leaky gut. It's an early sign of leaky gut, and you may have some real candida going around in your bloodstream without you knowing it, Suzanne. Okay, Laura, what's the best way to prevent hemorrhoids? Well, look, heal and prevent them. Well, what are hemorrhoids? They're varicose veins in the wrong place. Well, varicose veins, varicose veins are never in the right place, but that's the bad place to have them because hemorrhoids. I found that when you're very active, when it's a microcirculation thing. A lot of people have found over the years that when they elevate their nitric oxide with vitamin D, the sun, and Navital, very important to elevate nitric oxide, even for hemorrhoids. And, people today, it's worse today. There's prolonged sitting. And, people, we're stationary compared to what we used to be. Exercise. You know what I really like that I find is very effective is doing, if your knees allow you to do some deep squats. Okay. That's a really important thing for men, for their prostate, and for even hemorrhoids. It helps the circulation in that area. And Cindy's asking about episacral lipoma. Well, anything again, Cindy, with growth hormones, lipoma. Okay, it's a growth. Now it's not cancerous or anything but again, insulin, estrogen, block them as much as you can, lower them. Okay, okay, Lucy. On the webinar, Dr. Martin talks about hypothyroidism, but not hyperthyroidism. I would like an explanation on hyperthyroid. Well, again, the thyroid has, Lucy, the thyroid has many, many strings attached. Okay? And hyperthyroid, like Graves or whatever, but your thyroid needs to be balanced. There's a lot of things involved with that. Okay? The brain. Okay? The liver, very important. The gut. Your ovaries, estrogen. Dominance will usually slow the thyroid, but it can fluctuate. It can go to even hyperthyroid. The thyroid is a puppet. It doesn't act on its own. So hyperthyroidism or hypo are just take a coin and you got two sides. Most of the time in this day and age, we see a lot more hypo than hyper. But over the years, I've seen hyper, eyes out bulging, goiter. But again, there's a lot of factors. I really used to do a real workup with people to get to the bottom line. And if it was, mostly women, not always, but mostly women have trouble with the thyroid because they're complicated. Women are complicated. Okay? Women are beautiful, but complicated. Okay? I was a woman's doctor because I was a hormone guy. Hormones. Okay? And by the way, our formula for thyroid is made for either one. Hyper or hypo. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's meant to balance out that thyroid and take care of the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and other factors. That's why I made that formula. Okay? Now, Dr. Martin, Shelley, let's see. Is it harmful to take estrogen? Well, look, I'm not big on taking estrogen. Okay? And I realize a lot of women are on estrogen patches or they're taking bioidentical therapy and they're taking estrogen. Personally, I never, ever recommended estrogen. I was an anti-estrogen guy. And I think I've explained myself in the past, and I'll just give you a little tidbit today. Estrogen, I just brought to you plastics and Parkinson's. Everything that's chemical, almost all of them look like estrogen to your body. They're called xenoestrogens. From air fresheners to antibacterial soaps. I want to scream. You're putting it right in your skin. You're elevating your estrogen. Estrogen is a growth hormone. Why do you think we see so much breast cancer today? Why is breast cancer gone through the roof? You know, we're not winning the war on breast cancer. It's worse than ever. Prostate cancer. Why are men getting prostate cancer? Too much estrogen. They're too much of a woman. Husbands got more estrogen than their wives at 50 years old. And their prostate grows. So I'm not big on estrogen. I hated the birth control pill. Okay? I hated it. Not because I didn't love women, because I love women and I was trying to protect them. The birth control pill is estrogen on steroids. Like, it's not good for you. As a dear friend, Dr. Fishman, used to tell me, an endocrinologist, you're not a horse, so why are you taking horse's urine? That's how they make that estrogen that they put in the birth control pill and in estrogen medication. It's horse's urine. You're not a horse, of course. I used to get uptight about that. I still get uptight about it. Ladies, in my opinion, never, under any circumstances. Well, Dr. Martin, my doctor said my estrogen is going down. Yeah, and that's normal. But you don't replace it. You balance it. Elevate that progesterone. That's the key. And men, you want to lower your your estrogen? Elevate your testosterone. Get in the gym and eat steak and get vitamin D. That'll elevate your testosterone. Get in the sun. Sun, steak, and steel. And I mean it. Okay. I get upset because it bugs me. It bugs me. Okay, well, I might as well answer John. What are your thoughts on testosterone therapy? I don't particularly like testosterone therapy. I'm big on, look, elevating your testosterone naturally. Look, you can get testosterone, and doctors, you know, I'm not going to scream because I'm not. But I like vitamin D will elevate your testosterone. Get in the stinking sun or supplement. Steak will elevate your testosterone. Sun, steak, and steel. Get strong. Muscle elevates testosterone. Okay? Sun, steak, and steel. Okay. Donna, bad breath. Well, look, I mean, some people on the reset, because they go into ketosis, you can get a ketotic breath type of thing, and that usually regulates itself, okay? But look, where does bad breath come from, okay? Either postnasal drip or acid reflux coming from the stomach, digestive enzymes. And whatever you do, don't use mouthwash. Put a couple of drops of oil of oregano and gargle with that. Okay? spray and pray because it's strong. Okay. Okay. And Sherry, I think I answered this the other day about nitrates. Yes, I did. Don't be confused, Sherry, about nitrates. They make a big thing out of it. They really do. They want to poo-poo meats. So what do? Oh, deli meat full of nitrates. Bacon's got nitrates. It's just salt. Vegetables got nitrates too. Celery. Celery's good for you. So they put celery salt. Why is that bad for you? I never got it. Somebody made it up and it caught like wildfire and people have been, I don't eat, and they would brag at me. Like, I don't eat deli meat. And I said, do you eat bread? Yes. I said, better to eat deli meat than eat bread. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's 17 grain. I don't care. It's still going to be sugar. You're better off eating deli meat on any day compared to eating a slice of bread, and I don't care what kind, unless it's Rosie's. Okay. I get excited. Have you noticed? Okay, Karen, what about wasabi for supplement for memory? Karen, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any I know what wasabi is, but I can't tell you I've seen any real research that would back that up. It's a spice. It's good for you. I can't see it being a problem, but I haven't heard anything very specific on it and its memory. I know a lot of people talk about certain things for memory. Sun, steak, and steel's better for your memory and cut out your sugar because your hippocampus eliminate the sugar. That's one good thing. And the best thing too is high DHA. Get that oil up in the brain. You need an oil change. Okay. But I mean, if you're going to take wasabi, I would take curcumin over that anytime because I've seen the studies on curcumin. That's why I have a curcumin supplement. Because I've seen the studies. I've used curcumin for centuries. Well, not quite. Okay? But that's how good it is for you. Okay. Thanks for the question. Margaret, talk about giant cell arteritis. Well, that is blood vessel problems, microcirculation, inflammation, in going up to the head. Look, again, you're talking blood supply. I like to elevate your nitric oxide. I'm big on Navitol for that. I'm big on vitamin D for that. I'm big on B12 for that. All of it elevates your nitric oxide. You want your blood vessels. You want to lower inflammation. High DHA really, really is very anti-inflammatory. And cut out the sugar, because that's very inflammatory. Okay? Dave, 2 more. I'm almost done. What is the doc's advice on MTC oil? Okay, be careful with it for a lot of people have digestive issues. Do I like it's a medium chain fatty acid. Do I like it? Yeah. Coconut oil, palm oil. I got no problem with it. I like bacon better. I like food better. No, I like olive oil too, okay? I like olive oil. I like coconut oil, okay? They're fatty oils. I love fat, and fat don't make you fat. Got it? Okay? And MCT oil or MCT oil, it helps you to burn ketones a little bit more. But again, a lot of people have trouble with it digestively. So, they put it in their coffee or whatever and make what they used to call that. It used to be popular. Don't hear about it so much anymore. Is bulletproof coffee, right? I got no problem with it. I really don't. I like oil. I don't like the bad oils. Okay? I don't like bad oils. The bad the crazy eights. Sunflower, canola, rapeseed, grapeseed, whatever seed oil. Seed oils are bad. That's bad fat. I don't like them. They're inflammatory. They elevate your omega-6 compared to your omega-3. And don't cook in that stuff. Okay, one more thing. Cecilia, wondering why my blood circulation stops in my fingers. Well, you might have Raynaud's. You might have Raynaud's. Can come out of nowhere. Okay? And that's an autoimmune. Your body's turning on itself. Any autoimmune, Cecilia, start in your gut. Leaky gut, leaky everything. From your brain to your toes. Start in your gut. Change your diet. You may be eating too many carbohydrates and too much sugar. And don't fool yourself. Be very strict about it. Do the reset. 30 days. A lot of people notice enormous changes when they do it. Okay. Those are all the questions. I think I got through Friday's questions today. Here we go. Okay, we got a great week, guys. We really do. I've got some real study, a new study that came out on LDL. I can't wait to talk to you about it. I can't wait to talk to you about insulin resistance. I never talked to you about that before, have I? Okay. Oh, and a new statistic on Americans and exercise. It's unreal. Oh, it's scary. It's so bad. Okay, guys, we love you. We'll talk to you soon.